Oh Lord, from the alpha to the beta to the game. What is up, beautiful people? My name is Ramon. Welcome to my Titanfall review. There's so much in this game, but yet it's so simple. It's a strange thing, really. So where do we start? Titanfall comes to us from the folks, the forefathers of Call of Duty. So you know there's a ton of Call of Duty influence in here. We're talking everything from the way the text pops up on the screen to the way they call it generation, aka prestige, to the way the guns have very little recoil. It's the same engine, for crying out loud. Yeah, but the most important thing to know about this game and the basis of this game is the guys that created it from scratch understood what a winning formula was. They understood what fun looks like. Let's get into it. First off, there's the infantry. Your infantry is used particularly are called a pilot, and that's because you pilot a Titan later on in the game. So I'll take it. It sounds a lot better than a soldier, of course. And as a pilot, you've got this whole new world of control that we haven't seen in a first-person shooter, or have we? I'm sure I'm gonna get flamed because there's a bunch of games out there that did it before. But you have the ability to not only jump, but double jump because you have a jetpack. And you have the ability to run on walls. And then run on walls and jump from wall to wall. And the more you jump, the more you connect in a path, the faster your pilot gets as he goes. Like, what? Mind-blowing. There's zip lines all over some of the maps that you can take advantage of for fast travel. You can hop on a wall and stick your knife in the wall and hang off of it and go invisible and be a cornball and shoot somebody like that. There's so much to do as a pilot. It's complete freedom. Something that I never thought I would see or appreciate in a first-person shooter like this. Are the Crysis fans hearing me? So, I'm really loving the pilot aspect of this game. I feel like they couldn't have done a better job. And then you really pair it with that core Call of Duty feel. And I stopped playing Call of Duty because it was boring as shit. The kill streaks were getting over the top. It was just, there's no reason I should turn on Call of Duty and after 5 months of not playing it and go 28-3. But this is the same feeling, but I don't pull those type of numbers. And there's a balance around this game as to why that doesn't happen. It's not that I'm slowing down, because you know your boy Uncle Riz is a beast forever. Also in the infantry category, you've got the artificial intelligence, or bots, or grunts, whatever they call them. So this was a big thing, right? People were excited about the game, and then Respawn came out and said, "Hey, it's 6 versus 6, 6 human players versus 6 human players." And people were like, "Well, what the hell does that mean?" And then we later found out that there's artificial intelligence running around everywhere on the battlefield. This is that. Some of them look like humans, others look like robots. Some of them are dumb as hell. Most, if not all of them, actually are dumb as hell. And yeah, they run around just being fillers. Now, don't take this for jokes. Some of them will fuck you up. If you just got in like a really intense battle and you run in a room and one's looking right at you, he'll get you. Then you got the Spectres. Those are the really aggressive robot guys. They can scale buildings. They have rocket launches, so they'll tear you up in your Titan if you're not careful. It's a wealth of things to do, and you can actually hack those Spectres and have them fight on your behalf and fight or whatever. The point here is the AI is dumb as rocks, right? It's not as it was advertised, but there is a real reason for them. And I think the PC guys, or people who play these type of games where there's AIs for you to feast on, they call them farming. So if you take a game mode like attrition, where it's not a traditional TDM, it's more of a point-based victory. You better kill these pilots. These grunts, because for every grunt you kill, that's 1 point that counts towards your team. Not only that, for every grunt that you kill, it knocks a little bit of time off of the countdown for your Titan. So there's reasons that you want to kill these things. There's reasons that they're there. So I get people's point where, you know, if they're not effective, then why the hell they're in the game, and I get why people love them. For people who aren't as heavy first-person shooters as some of us are, it's good, you know, these grunts, these AI, they build their self-esteem. So they can hop in a game with killer players running around, dudes who prestige 8 times, and they may avoid them the entire map, but they'll have a good time shooting grunts and running from Titans. There's something to be said for that. I'm 100% on that philosophy and that behavior, and I've seen it happen. I know people who aren't as good as me in these games, but they have fun, and they don't care. At the end of the round, they got 23 bot kills and 1 pilot kill. They don't give a shit. They had fun. So yeah. So that's it for infantry. Now you've got your Titans, the star of the show, the reason the game is called Titanfall. These big ass robots. Yeah, I never thought I would really like these things, but I do. Especially when they're not as slow and clunky as you think they are. And there's 3 main ones for now. Hopefully they'll come out with more. There's an Atlas, the Strider, and the Ogre. So the Atlas is kind of like the middle guy. You know, he's all well-rounded with his strength and his ability to maneuver. And then there's the Strider. He's all the way left with maneuverability, and he's really fast, and he can run circles around you. Then there's the Ogre, who's all the way right, and he's stupid slow, but he'll punch the shit out of you, and he can take a hell of a lot of damage. So right out the gate, the 3 Titans are well-rounded. You got A, B, and C. And depending on your strategy, you can all, you know, merge them together and really find something to suit your gameplay. Now, in terms of the battle and the balance between the two, this is something I've grown to really love about this game. You have pilot on pilot combat going on. You've got pilot on AI combat going on. You've got pilot on Titan combat. And then you have Titan on Titan. And then, of course, Titan stepping on AI. Because that's what you do. Free points. So there's a lot that goes on in this game on different levels. You know, the pilots, they they can double jump and run walls and scale buildings. So they're usually up high. And then the grunts and AI usually down on the floor. And, you know, when you're in your Titan, you get attacked from all levels. But the astounding part to me is how balanced everything really is. So as a pilot, you get an anti-tank, or you get an anti-Titan weapon. There's a bunch of them. A lot of them are effective, some more than the others, or depending on how you use them. You never really feel like, oh shit, I'm about to get fucked up. And some of the more aggressive players like myself, you see a Titan coming down the street, like you're gonna attack him. And it's so hilarious to watch, like, dudes jumping straight at Titans like they're in the Titan. And then you have the Titan dudes, when you're in the Titan, you're like, well, look at this puny dude, I'm going right for him. And there's a real battle that goes on there. Like, and Titan weapons can take out pilots with 1 shot. It depends on the weapon, but they deal a lot of damage. But it's crazy how Respawn Entertainment balanced the game so well that there's a constant battle going on between the different mechanics. Then you got the challenges and the burn cards. Yeah, this is never my thing. I just kill. I just want to kill. But the burn card thing was kind of cute. It's pretty much its perks, right? They reinvented the way they think of perks. So you get these playing cards, like, and as you complete challenges, you may get a burn card that gives you a more powerful version of a gun. They call them amps. Or you may get one that gives you the ability to stay cloaked. You may get one that gives you, I don't know, it lets you drop your Titan in as soon as you call it in. So there's a bunch of them, and the dope thing I like about the burn cards and how they work, once you die, that's it. So you use that burn card, that's it. It's not like some cheating god mechanic where you got this burn card running around for 10 minutes and no one can kill you. They did a really good job of how they thought that through. And challenges, man, I want to give a shout out to challenges. I've never been a fan of challenges in Call of Duty. I never looked at them. But one thing I noticed is Titanfall rewards you handsomely for doing challenges. At the end of some of the rounds, I would look at the scorecard and I'd get the most kills by far. Like, I'd be the only person in double-digit kills and like 2 deaths. But I'd only get like 9,000 XP. Some dudes be getting like 30 and 40. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And then I come to find out they're completing these challenges. Challenges for hanging off a wall and shooting somebody, or shooting somebody with this gun and this situation. So it became apparent to me, like, it's dope how they set this up, because this is one more thing to keep players involved. It's like a mini game within a mini game. And like I said, this is part of the Call of Duty world. I'm just not part of that world. So this is why Call of Duty is successful for so long. These things that keep players playing. Let's talk about Xbox Live Cloud. Now, this was a big selling point when the hype started to take off about Titanfall. And I did a video out there, I'll link to that, where I actually spoke about what the cloud is in general and how it related to gaming. And here it is. The game came out. The Xbox Live was down for about 5 hours when this game was launched. But it came out to be, it wasn't Titanfall, it was something to do with the Twitch. So those who were online were actually, it was fine. And then when the floodgates opened again, the game was fine. So Microsoft really, their cloud technology here and their ability to host the games as opposed to player host games, it really showed and proved when this game launched. And for one, the biggest advantage to me, because I always had a good connection, so host advantage and all that stuff never really mattered to me. But the biggest advantage was the fact that the matchmaking was lightning quick. Like, you could get in a game within 2 or 3 seconds and then begin the countdown if it wasn't started, or you could just join the game. That's such a big deal to me, because if you play these games, you spend a good amount of your time at the start menu staring, waiting for something to connect and waiting to launch. So that was dope. The cloud really had its purpose here, and they delivered. There isn't much. I've never seen lag. I've yet to see lag, and I've got a lot of hours clocked, so it was all good. Then you come down to the probably the most controversial part of Titanfall. No, I think the AI was, but this is a sticky one too. People love to talk about this. The multiplayer campaign. I'm on the fence with this one. So the campaign is not a campaign in a traditional sense. So you start the said mission in the campaign, and you get a cutscene, people talking, blah blah blah. Then it flies you in, and you jump off, and it transitions from a cutscene from a story to a full-fledged multiplayer game. So it's your regular 6 versus 6. Sometimes it'll be attrition, sometimes it'll be hardpoint. And they do a good job, or at least I thought they did. They did a good job at really transitioning the game mode into the story that was going on. Where they start to lose it is as the battle wages. They do some really encouraging things like, we're losing, you need to hurry up and do this and hurry up and do that. And then you do it and you achieve what they asked you to, but you don't get a cutscene, you get a little picture-in-picture thing. So you're still fighting the battle, and there's a picture-in-picture storyline going on, and you're like, wait, what? I'm not paying attention to that. So a lot of the script and the story goes over your head. Not that it's a terrible story, but it's okay to listen to. But you would never know because you're busy fighting it out. And the way it's divided, there's 2 sides of it. There's the IMC and then the militia. So you play the campaign on one side first, and then you get it again on the other side. So that's actually how you unlock the other 2 titans, the Strider and the Ogre. So When you get it, make sure you play through both campaign sides. It took me about maybe an hour and a half for each side, which wasn't bad. What I will say, and why I'm on the fence, I find that the multiplayer campaign structures my playtime a lot. Meaning, when I get on, I sort of don't know what I want to play. Do I want to play attrition? Do I want to play pilot hunt? Do I want to play last Titan standing? I feel like the multiplayer campaign does a good job at mixing it up. So I'll come on and I'll start the campaign from scratch and just play it through. You know, it's multiplayer, there's no harm lost, and then I know, okay, you know, tonight I played through all IMC, that's enough for tonight. Tomorrow I'll do militia. And then other times I'll just go straight into the game mode. So it's not a terrible thing for me. I think they have a lot of potential here. Especially when you look at something like Halo with the Spartan Ops. I think they could be releasing some really good DLC for this that'll make all the difference. To wrap it up in a very official manner, let's talk about the pros. The graphics, the game's beautiful. It's not as dope looking as something like a Killzone, because Killzone is pretty. And it doesn't look as good as a Battlefield, mainly because of the engine they chose, the Source engine. But it still looks really good. I think they sacrificed a lot of those crazy looking lighting effects and eye candy for just detail, because the maps are crazy detailed. The amount of detail in this game, in the Titan and the Titans and the robots and the maps, it's insane. It's such a joy to look at, and the frame rate is constant. It's a dope game. The sound is awesome. Now I don't know what the deal is here. I got the Astro A50s, I think they are. I think they're the A50s. This thing sounds amazing. I know what direction people are shooting from. And here's a quick tip for you. If you're using headsets, go into the game options and turn that music the hell off. It'll make your life so much easier. I know where people's Titans are outside. I know when robots are behind me. It's such a dope sounding game. I really enjoyed the immersion I got from the graphics and the sound put together. The maps. There's 15 maps, and I still feel like I haven't seen all of them. The other day, one popped up, and I was like, what the hell map is this? Like, it's still dope. You do a good job with the rotation. Sort of like Halo. Halo did a good job with that. The net code, the hit detection, there's no lag. All of that just works. My God, this game was perfect for me simply because it works. It's so bad that Battlefield, like I feel like a battered and abused wife when you're talking about Battlefield. Like, I love that game so much and it just never worked. I was so happy that Titanfall just worked. Xbox Live Cloud was really impressive here with the way, you know, everything, the matchmaking was fluid, no lag. Like I said, that was a huge pro. And I think the number one thing that makes this game as great as it is the balance. You can't find balance like this on any other game. And more on that are my final thoughts. For the cons, I felt like we could have used some more Titans, and maybe they're saving it for DLC. But this is one I had to give some thought to, right? Because when you have 3 available options that are literally balanced to hell, you know, there's between the Ogre, the Atlas, and the Strider, they're pretty much the same except for they counterbalance each other. It's kind of hard to think, well, what would really go in between that? You know, what kind of incremental Titan would you release that'll really stand out or be worth playing or investing the time in? Like, I don't know, is there gonna be like are they gonna have to come out with a flying Titan now, one that can fly for a period? Like, I don't know. I don't know what they'll do, but not that I'm complaining about it. I just felt like, alright, we could have used 1 or 2 more Titans. The weapons in the game, and this was one where I like to reference Battlefield. Battlefield had about 10 SMGs, 10 assault rifles, 10 sniper rifles, and at the end of the day, I ended up playing with the first gun that was in the class. And it was not because I'm a scrub. It's not because I don't know how to play Battlefield. It's because I really just wanted an all-around dependable weapon. That's what the default weapons here in this game are. But I do understand people's needs. They want more. They want to feel like every 5 levels I level up, I get a new gun. It's not like that. You get other things, other abilities, but just not guns. So I can definitely feel people's pains when they say they need more guns. One thing I will say is I appreciate not having too many guns, because now it's an even playing field. I don't have to get shot in the ass by some guy with a level 60 gun when I can only play a level 30 because I have to go to work for 12 hours a day. I can appreciate that. It's your skill, it's your strategy that really gets you ahead in this game. At this point in time, I'm sure they'll release more guns. And the same for the Titan. Even though the Titan's got, it feels like a little better of an arsenal and more toys, they could use some more weapons as well. Then there's game modes. Sure, you've got your attrition, you've got your pilot hunter, last Titan standing, capture the flag, which is dope, the domination. But there needs to be 2 or 3 more. I feel like if I sat down and thought about it, and I didn't because I purposely didn't want to dig into the game like that. I didn't want to ruin the way I view the game. But if I sat down and think about it, I could probably come up with 2 more game modes that should have been here. But, you know, that's neither here nor there for me. For some people, it's not enough, and I can definitely understand that. Then there's the private lobbies. So right now, we're running into this thing where everyone, literally everyone has this game. And I want to play with everyone. You know, a bunch of you guys hit me up on YouTube. Yo, add me. I haven't played with a lot of you guys, and I want to. But the problem is, we get on, whoever jumps in that party, that's it, you're locked in. It's 6 of us. And like, god damn it. Well, there's 2 other people in the party. Like, what, the homies can't rock? So they literally get left out. We need to have where we can take our party of 12 and join the server, and then it'll split us up and we wild out. Or B, we have our own private room where I can kick everyone's ass and record it for YouTube. But to me, this is the biggest flaw, the biggest con of Titanfall. Titanfall is exclusive to Microsoft. Understand this. It runs on the Xbox One, fine. It runs on the PC, odd. It runs on the Xbox 360. What the fuck? If it can run on a 360, like Snow said, it can run on a Wii. If it can run on a Wii, or Wii U, whatever you want to call that, it can run on a PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. This game is such a big deal. It's so dope that it sucks that there's a group of gamers out there who are completely missing out. And I feel their pain. And all that does is it sends them in the other direction with the fanboy shit. But this is definitely a game that I feel like Microsoft should not have been able to wrap their wallet around. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, think of Uncharted. Sure, it's a little different because that's Sony's thing, but have you ever seen Uncharted? Have you ever seen someone play Uncharted? It sucks to not be able to play Uncharted on your Xbox. That's why I bought a PlayStation 3. And it's the same thing with Titanfall. I feel like the first-person shooter genre is so fucked right now with games that don't work, games that are boring as shit. This game is not only what we needed for first-person shooters, but it's what we needed in general. Something to be excited about. And it sucks that the PlayStation guys and Nintendo guys can't get a hold of it. So my final thoughts on Titanfall. If there's 2 main things here that I really want to get across that this game does exceptionally well. 100% well. The first is balance. And this is something that we don't see a lot in the last 5 to 6 years of gaming. You know, You look at Battlefield 4, 6, 7, 8 months later, EA is still struggling to balance that game. It's just for you Capcom guys out there, you know what that struggle's like every time Street Fighter releases a new character and every community is like, oh, this guy's broken. Back to the drawing board. Balance is a very hard thing to achieve in a video game. But now you take a first-person shooter that came from humble beginnings like Call of Duty. Humble, okay. And you add this verticality to it. You add this freedom of movement and these crazy maps. Then you add this crazy artificial intelligence in there. Then you add this crazy big-ass robots. To have all of that work together, and each aspect of that's got these little sub-genres and sub-objectives that you can do. You can hack the robots. You've got extra abilities as a pilot. You've got different weapons and sub-weapons as a Titan. It's insane how well this all works together. And I'm gonna say, I don't know, I can't really, because I didn't put as much thought into this as I should. And I don't want to, because I want to enjoy the game for what it is. I don't want to geek off on this shit as entertaining as it would be for you guys. But I really appreciate the vision that these guys at Respawn had and what they delivered. Now the second part of this game, that's all you need to know, is fun. And I want you to listen carefully to what I say. Find a review out there or a reviewer that did not like Titanfall. They bashed it. Find that review. And when you do, you will never find a part in their review where they say, but it wasn't fun. There's a lot to say for that. You can not like the Titans. You can not like the running from wall to wall. You can think the AI is stupid as shit. You can not like the fact that it feels like Call of Duty, but you can never deny the fact that it is fun. And this is the most fun I've had on a game in a very long time. And I'm going to leave you with this very short but strong, very powerful statement. And then you'll understand what I'm saying. The last time something felt this right, it was called Halo 2. My name is Ramon. This is the Titanfall review. I can't fuck with yous no more. I gotta go make this Titanfall. Peace. What is good, beautiful people? You guys know my voice. Ramon, also known as Uncle RZA around here. Make sure you check out ignorantgamers.com. I know you guys love the YouTube channel, but check out the site, man. We got tons of content there for you. Of course, everything we do on the YouTube channel is also on the site, and so much more. We've got reviews, we've got the blogs, we've got the editorials. It's all there, baby. Hit the website, check it out. And while you're at that, check out lifestylesdefined.com. That's our sister channel. We've got technology, fashion, cars, music, movies, everything you ever want is over there. But yo, it's your boy Ramon. I'm out of here. Peace.